Welcome to the Good Thought Advocate. I don't know who said men don't cry or are not supposed to cry. And I have no idea who said men are not supposed to ask for help. You see, we have this saying here where a man might be in a very bad place. You be man, you be man. You na man, you na man. Aren't you a man? And just this single statement have sent a whole lot of men down depression lane. Not just men, women in fact. You are a woman. You are a woman. You are a woman. Life is overwhelming an individual at a particular point in time, but all we can say is, is it not you? Is it not you? I still can't wrap my head around the sole idea of all these things. Where asking for help seems like a big deal for a man, and then a woman isn't allowed to expect her to always feel all right. You see, I have a problem with those who do the same thing but then expect a different result. It's like trying to step in the same spot in a river twice. That's close to impossible. And even if all things being equal, even if you go even try yourself, like you stepping in the same spot in a river twice, it means you have to be well informed on how the ocean, river, sea works, the effect of tides, wind, and all these things, so that you know that if you step into this particular river, you can move ahead and meet it in front. But if your guess is as good as mine, you and I both know that is close to impossible. Same thing happens with those who try to do the same thing, but they expect a different result. Well, that's a total conversation for another day. But then, life can be overwhelming. In fact, life will be overwhelming. For us to deny the idea of dark days is for us to live in a fantasy, in a la la land, thinking all will be rosy. There's this saying in Hausa. It translates to, it is not every day we get to sleep on the bed. Life can be quite messy sometimes. It can sneak up on you and bring down even the greatest of men. The best minds, the greatest mind, the greatest who have walked this earth, all had bad days. Who are you and me that we think we are exempted from having bad days? The difference between those who actually make it through and those who don't is how they approach these things. They said in life, it's 10% what you put in and then 90% how you react to what life throws at you. And that is the sole purpose of this particular episode. It so happens that while I was thinking of what to say, it aligns with the World Men's Health Month. So this month we are celebrating men's health. To all those who are battling with one thought or the other, those who do not want to speak up because society have already said you are a man, to all those who are taking up heavy weight, we celebrate you all. But today, we are trying to look at ways we can move forward, not just for men, but for women as well. Take this instance. There are two concentric circles for every individual, and you and I will be in the middle. A smaller circle and then a bigger one. Now, there are certain categories of things life throws at us. The things we can handle right now, the things we can handle later on at a much, let's say in the future. There are things we cannot handle. And there are things that only somebody else can do it for us. Now, one's ability to identify where a particular issue, a challenge, an obstacle resides is a flex. It's a life skill entirely on its own. In those concentric circles, the things that you find in the smaller circle closer to you in the center are the things you can handle. I believe that is where we are supposed to devote most of our energy to the things that we can handle. Now, anything outside the circle can either be the things we cannot do completely, or the things we cannot do now but maybe on a much later date, or the things that it is somebody else that will do it for us. Most times we see ourselves leaving our smaller circles and then taking up issues that we can't even do it. Therefore, expending our energies on wasted investment, things that wouldn't even profit us. The things that other people are the ones who will do it for us, that is where we need to ask for help. There is no shame in it. Yes, society has already given us a narrative, but it's time we chip and refine our thoughts to know. Say you be man, you ask for help, no be crime. You no kill person. You didn't kill anyone, but you've come to a place of self-awareness where you know that this particular issue, this challenge, this obstacle that is right before you is something you can't handle on your own. The things you can handle by your own self are the things you devote much of your energy to. The things that other people can do, I implore you that you ask for help. And then there are things that you can't do right now, you schedule for them later on. And the things you cannot do completely, you allow life to settle them. Yes, allow it. Allow it. Allow life to settle them. Allow life settle it. So, as we go about celebrating men and their health this month, I implore us all to have an introspective reflection to see how have we been handling life difficult moments as individuals. Although we're celebrating men, but we also identify with women who also don't have safe spaces to share what they are going through. Women who are taking up weights that are way heavier than them. Do not be afraid to ask for help, and do not be afraid to speak up. Well, that's that on today's episode. Until I come your way again next week, Saturday, this is bye for now.